Okay, hi there. So this is a new mini series I'm doing. Yeah, this time I'm ranking and reviewing all the games by Humongous Entertainment. I'm not gonna do all the games though. Some of them I have not played, or I've even seen a video of them. Like most of the backyard sports games, I'll leave them out. I'll probably do a separate video on them or something. But yeah, I should have done this last year when it was Humongous's 30th anniversary, but I'm doing it right now, but that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna rank them from S tier to D tier. I don't know if there's a tier ranking uh on that website where I got my Barney ranking picture from, Barney Home Video. So yeah, here we have S tier for super or spectacular. So the first one on the list, I'm gonna be ranking these from good to bad at this time, not in chronological order. But the first one on here is PuttPutt Joins the Parade. Yeah, ironic that I put it on there as number one, but I feel like I had to, because it's such an iconic game. It's it may be a bit different from the other games, not as enjoyable, but it's just so perfect. It's historical. It's like the Barney in the Backyard Gang videos. So yeah, this was the first game released in 1992 for MS DOS and Macintosh, I think, and then in 1995 was released for PC. It was also released for the Panasonic 3DO. Yeah, playing the Humongous games on the TV. So yeah, it's much different from the modern games. This is one of the classic games. It's weird, digital, computery animation is very weird. Instead of the usual hand drawn animation. And yeah, so it's about PuttPutt. Uh, and he wants to join a parade. And he has to get a few things, including a pet. And yeah, he has to get a balloon. He has to get a car wash. An optional common gag in the PuttPutt games, you can uh, change PuttPutt's colors. I usually change it to red. And yeah, and I tend to get the pet last. You find a dog in a cave all lost and alone, and you give him a bone, and you name him Pet. Yeah, I hope I got that right. Pep. Yeah, that. I'm mixing up my words lately. So yeah, it's just a perfect game, for its time. But yeah, and ironically, this was one of the last Humongous games I played because I remember seeing the 1996/97 demo catalog on my backyard baseball CD-ROM, and when you leave, before you leave, it shows a list of all the games that were out at the time and mentions the Humongous Classics games, which I was very confused by because it didn't show pictures of them. I'd never seen them. I feel like I might have played the Humongous Classics games when I was very little, but completely forgot about it. But then I borrowed PuttPutt Joins the Parade from the library, and I actually really liked it. This was in 2009, ironically. So yeah, and yeah, it's a fine game. So yeah, I don't know why I say so yeah a lot. And then next up is Backyard Baseball. I only put two games in the S tier. Backyard Baseball, the original 1997 version. There are two updated versions from 2000 and 2002, although they say 2001 and 2003. But I decided to put the original 97 version higher up on the list because that's the classic original one. Yeah, it's a very nostalgic game. It was the first Humongous Entertainment game I played, but I wasn't really good at it because I didn't understand how to play it, and I also didn't understand how epic Pablo Sanchez was. So when I was little, I would only play the demos on that CD disc. Ironically, I think it's a re-release from around the time of Backyard Baseball 2001. I think the 2001 version was supposed to be more advanced than the 97 version, so I think they like sold both versions at the same time. So yeah, and I got a cereal box, the cereal box PC games that a lot of you may know, with several free hours of AOL. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be very useful now. So yeah, it's a classic game that I've actually had a dream earlier today where the field was like extended by like so much, and there were like several players. There was like more than the usual amount of players you're supposed to have in baseball. So yeah, it's a little baseball game. Yeah, Humongous mostly makes educational adventure games, but they also make sports games for some reason, and they somehow work out just fine. So yeah, so this game you play as a bunch of like little kids playing in baseball in their backyard, of course, and they literally call themselves the Backyard Gang. So yeah, coincidence? I think not. So yeah, there's several different characters with different personalities and batting and pitching and fielding and running stats, and Pablo is the best one. So yeah, I didn't know how to play this game when I was little, but as I got older, I figured out how to play it, and I did quite well. And my cousin loves playing this game when he comes over. So yeah, and there's just so much to say about this game, but I don't know what. There's like you can play a single game or a seasonal game, where you can play several different games on the special field that is not uh, available in single play. But there's a lot of different stages and levels, or I guess fields, where like different kinds of places. My least favorite place is the Tin Can Alley. My least favorite is the Tin Can Alley set because there's like giant like buildings that almost prevent you from scoring a home run unless some sort of miracle happens, which I've had that happen to me a few times. Yeah, I think the level I really like is Cement Grounds. I think that's what it's called. Where it's kind of like Tin Can Alley, but there's a lot more possibilities to happen. Like the ball can go over the fence, like down the middle of the field, or if it can uh like bounce into like the dumpster, it automatically counts either a ground rule double or a home run. Even like when the ball bounces into like the street on the left side of the field, it automatically counts as a home run sometimes, and that was just really hilarious. There's different kinds of modes and stuff. There's like you can just watch a single play. You don't have to play along. You can just watch. And there's T-ball, which I didn't even know you could actually play, but basically, yeah, it's a bit easier. But yeah, so yeah, it's a perfect game, and I just absolutely really love it. So yeah, so that's gonna be it for this part. I'm gonna separate each list into separate parts, so this won't take too long. So yeah, so we're done with S tier. So now we're gonna go on to A.